I'm the managing director of Save Our State. That's saveourstate.org. We're here today to support the ABC reality hit show, Homeland Security USA, which honors our brave men and women who serve in secure positions, ICE, Border Patrol, airport security, to make sure to keep our nation safe, our children safe, our families safe.
Now, are you with a particular organization, or are you just...
with the Southern California Immigration Coalition.
Okay, and what's their stake in the whole thing?
We don't agree with the fact that the show is a racist show. That's our stake. We would like the show to get taken off the air.
Okay.
Because of its negative portrayal of our community.
But in terms of negative portrayal, I mean, how are they taking...
With racial profiling. Racial profiling is negative portrayal.
Also here today are counter-protesters who are here protesting the show, saying that it's a racist show that tears families apart.
The show depicts immigrants to the U.S. in a very negative fashion, targeting mostly Middle Eastern and Latin American people for their race or their national origin, and we feel that that portrayal of our community is a negative one.
I personally have watched the show, and quite frankly, I don't see them targeting they don't do any racial profiling, but to be quite honest, most of the people that I have seen them on the show take, arrest, question, have actually been white Americans. There was a white American that wasn't allowed into Canada. There was an American that was pulled over in his van, a white woman, that was drunk. So they're not racially profiling. Let's just say that.
And then, the fact that the show does not portray both sides equally and really show the atrocity and reality of the television show in terms of really showing how the family separations affect people.
ICE truly broke families apart. That would be on the news, headline news, every single day. That would be all that we heard about, and the government and Homeland Security would most likely be sued.
And why are we resorting to detention and deportations that cost $11.7 billion to our pockets? Why is my money going to be used to detain people, whereas it can be used for schools, it can be used for public resources, where this system right here is not, the television show is not really showing the human face, the economic impact when our state is really in need of money. We're dehumanizing people and we're paying for it. Like, that to me does not make sense.
Also, we wouldn't have people like Liliana, who when ICE went to her home and said, okay, we need to deport you, you're an illegal alien, gather your things, she asked for a couple of days so she could do her business, and she was allowed. So that's what Homeland Security does. I watched the show, I watched these agents in action. They do their job in a very humane way.
One of the shows so blatantly just raided into a home with family, like a family with children. I mean, that hurts me. I was a foster child at one point, and being separated from your family is not a very fun thing. It's a very traumatic thing, psychologically traumatic. And I don't believe in torturing people like that, not even psychologically. I mean, I think that's very un-American to me. A country that's supposed to stand for liberty and justice for all is perpetuated, and it was founded on family values, and then a network called ABC Family that's supposed to uphold family values is depicting the tearing apart of families and the psychological torture of children. Like, I don't see that as something very American and something that we should be glorifying on a TV show, and especially the reality show. I personally don't think that that's really fair.
And let's face it, if you're here illegally, your children can go back home with you. Nobody's twisting your arm for them to stay. Take them with you. That would be the responsible parental thing to do.
Why am I paying to torture people? My tax dollars are being used to detain people. People are dying in detention centers. If you look up the case of Elvira Arellano, if you look up the recent case of the German immigrant in New York who died while in custody, like, why are my tax dollars being used for that? Well, my tax dollars, I would rather for them to be used to put that money in the pockets of the families that are losing their homes. Hardworking Americans who are losing their homes. Why can't my money be used for that instead of torturing somebody?
Or the cost of your illegal alien crime is costing we, the American taxpayer. The Los Angeles County Supervisor Michael Antonovich did a very thorough report. It cost the LA County residents over $3 billion per year for the incarceration, the education, the health and welfare benefits of illegal aliens only in this county.
If you're really looking at the numbers, the Department of Homeland Security puts out an estimate every year. Now this year is a whole lot differently, and actually we're seeing a trend of immigrants going back to their country. Immigrants helped during the growth, and now that the economy is shrinking, immigrants are going back. However, if we're approaching it from this negative and racist perspective, then we're not going to go anywhere.
It's become such a burden to taxpayers that Sacramento County, the first brave county in this whole entire country, has finally said we are cutting off aid to illegal immigrants because that's how much it's cost us.
So someone might come back and say, what about the 600,000 illegal alien fugitives that have committed murder and rape?
To begin with, illegal alien is not a politically correct term. No human is illegal.
Okay.
Undocumented immigrant, because we're referring to a legal system that isn't broken, and there has to be being documented or undocumented. So let's get our terms straight.
Okay, so how about undocumented fugitive?
Criminals are not a race. Let's just put that out there. If you're a criminal alien, if you're a criminal, you're not a race. Anybody who's an illegal alien, and they come from all races, are asked to go home, period.
We agree on 3 principles. One of them being stop the detentions and deportations, stop the raids, basically 1. 2, we want full legalization, because now that we're here and that the global situation has made this situation, and the broken policies have allowed for so many people to come in because of labor demands, we shouldn't persecute them, and they've collaborated to the economy. They're working, they're living peacefully. We should give them the opportunity to legalize.
You're talking about people that are in the country illegally currently. Give them full legalization. Undocumented. Okay.
Yes, people who are here undocumented, they should legalize, because if they've come in and been able to work and buy and contribute to the economy in a positive way, then I think that's a plus for us. We should embrace that positive outcome.
I don't blame the illegals that are coming here. Who I blame are the employers. The employers who hire their cheap slave labor and who are encouraging and funding groups like the Brown Berets, which is really a Nazi organization.
When I walked through here, I noticed there was an organization called the Brown Berets here. Do you know anything about them or what they stand for?
They're providing security. They're providing security for the event, because we have been, as you can tell, there's a counter demonstration going on across the
Now, they don't have any partisan affiliation, right? The Brown Berets. I mean, I'm trying to understand what they're all dressed in brown. They one guy has a Chicano power.
There's security.
One of our ralliers was assaulted and pushed into the street by the Brown Berets.
Okay.
There's security.
Well, there's lots of security here. I'm just trying to understand, like, what's...
There's security.
They are paying them. They are giving them donations to help destroy our nation. So, to the employers out there that may be watching this, you are accountable, and all the Americans should keep you accountable. And how would you like it if we went and protested in front of your homes to show you what is happening?
As a Southern California Immigration Coalition, we, on principle, believe that these are broken immigration policies. Why are we utilizing our money to enforce broken policies? That's like saying that we're not holding our government accountable to our dollars and are just letting it go to waste. Why don't we focus that money into creating proper policies that are going to really address the issue? But see, the fear is that in addressing these policies, we're really going to delve into the misfunctions of how the government is not accountable to what's really going on.
The USA does not have an inhumane immigration system. The United States of America accepts more immigrants per year than all the other countries in this world combined. We apparently have a very humane system, a very generous system, but you've got people that for some reason feel that they're more superior than the legal immigrants. Somehow they're more superior and special, and so they should be able to come over here illegally without obeying our laws.
No, but look, I'm being profiled right now because of my color, and that's it, I'm born here. And that kind of shows...
You've been profiled by who?
I've been profiled by ICE, I've been profiled by police. I mean, you get profiled, especially when you're coming across between Arizona and here. You're profiled a lot by ICE, just for being brown. And we see that in Arizona. Sheriff Joe Arpaio is targeting whole Latin American communities, and amongst them many U.S.-born, fifth-generation Chicanos who are like, we were here before the border was even created. Why are we being targeted?
I mean, what makes illegal aliens more special than Americans? There are Americans that are homeless. There are American children that are suffering. There are American children that are losing their homes because their parents can't afford the mortgage.
Well, you can turn off the camera now, by the way.
Well, this is part of the interview.
I would like this to be off.